Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back. So today's video I'm going to show you one of the easiest ways that I found to break in a brushed motor on an RC car. This is going to apply to all of them that have brushed motors. Today's video, of course, we're using my Litehawk Blast because I just got this for Christmas. I've actually never fired this thing up yet until now. So hey, we'll find out if we got a defective one or not, right? So anyway, first thing we want to do is get the body clip out for the battery compartment. And we're going to put our battery in. Now the battery is fully charged because I made sure I charged it actually Christmas Day. Now you don't have to put the body clip back into your pin. Just make sure that you put the pin back in. At least for this part of it anyway. So, the next thing we want to do is turn our power on. Oh, I heard the servo. And then our radio. Now, I'm going to use a zip tie on my remote because I don't want to sit here and run this thing for the next 20 minutes or however long it decides to run for. Before I activate this and cause a lot of noise, run about 2 to 3 batteries through this and then get some compressed air, no more than 50 psi, like max, because you don't want to hurt any of the motor windings. Or the brushes, but then you'll blow out the motor later after you run about 3 batteries through this. And you want to run the car as slow as you can. Right about there. Just so it just kicks in. Well, we also got steering, so that's awesome. And you're going to just let this run until the battery stops on its own. There is a cutoff on this thing, so you're not going to hurt your battery. I've done it plenty of times, even with the litho battery that I have for my Litehawk, my wltoys l959, which is the exact same vehicle. And it does have a cutoff in it, so you don't have to worry about hurting the battery. But you just run it like this and run about 3 batteries through it, and that will set the brushes, and it's going to break in the motor just nicely. And then, like I said, blow it out with compressed air. Another alternative way to do this would be to drive the car on the ground for the same amount of batteries and drive extremely slow. You want to break those brushes in and seat them evenly and properly, and this is a way to do it. Other ways of doing this is with water, where you take the motor out of the transmission, put it into a cup or a bowl of water with about 3 volts worth of power running through it, and you would do that for 20 minutes straight. And that's doing it the water way. And then of course you gotta get electrical contact cleaner and all that jazz and get all the water out so you don't want anything rusting in there. That's another way of doing it. You can also do it dry on the table as well. We're doing it dry here in the car, which is also going to help break in the gears too. So this is actually, I think, would be your better way of doing it because you got a brand new gearbox here. It needs to have everything seat in properly too. So whether you're driving it or having it on a little pedestal thing like this to do it, I think that's actually the best way to break everything in and let it all mesh together properly, as well as breaking in your motor. Also, if you're not technically inclined enough or feel gutsy right away to pull your motor out, this is also a real easy way that I found to do this. And, not that I'm afraid, I rip these things apart all the time, but for those that are, this would be another way for you to break in the motor. If you do not break the motor in properly, and you start goosing it and all that stuff, you will fry this motor within a couple of runs. I've done it. So I found that out the hard way, you know, and this was before I knew about breaking in motors. You know, I mean, I've been playing with RC toys for years, guys, but even I didn't know about proper break-in procedure on a brushed motor, you know, and until I actually stumbled across it on YouTube, and I was like, that's interesting, because my Audi S4 car I had for years, you know, I used to pound that thing like crazy all the time, and 90% of the time I was on the throttle all the way. And yeah, you actually do have to break in these brushed motors properly, so that's this is the easiest way I found on doing it. But anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you on the next video, because I'm going to just let this thing run until it's dead, and then I got to recharge it 2 more times, and then this thing will be all set to actually go for summertime, because I don't drive these things in the winter. And one last and final note, I've said this, I know, in a couple of videos, but you may not have caught it. This machine, the Litehawk Blast, the Brute, the l959, the l969, are not waterproof in any way, okay, nor are they water resistant. And likely the L202 is the same way, even though we've seen them running these things in the water. They had to have pre-waterproofed the servo and everything, because I actually, my blue one, which is my l959, took a dunk in the creek, actually in the fall time. And it blew, it took out my ESC and it took out my servo. Getting the brushed motor wet is not an issue, but the ESC combo box and my servo totally cooked. So they are not waterproof or water resistant. So anyways, that's it, and we'll catch you on the next video.